Alright campers, I heard from an anonymous source that somebody has been posting cringe lately even after promising to change and getting his channel terminated. Not cool, dudes. You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen, Gamers Nation has reverted back to the degenerate videos he used to make, and once again, I am disappointed but not surprised. I genuinely thought that, yeah, he'd change for good after getting his damn channel terminated, but no, I guess that was not enough. Shame, because I'm pretty sure that I said in my last video that this would be the last update on the situation, but those were under the conditions that he would have changed. Unfortunately, this is going to be the fourth and hopefully final chapter of this hellish story, but I can't even be bothered to try and claim that because you just know this guy's gonna pull something later on. He quote-unquote changed for what, like a month? Like, this was the last video I uploaded on the time that I last checked, and this is his most recent video. My guy, what is going on with you? Anyway, sorry for not uploading for like a week. I had a bit of a midlife crisis at the tender age of 15, but I'm back now, and hopefully I wasn't gone long enough for YouTube to completely banish my channel into the shadow realm. Without further ado, let's just get into it, lads.
This Discord is not epic. It's actually cringe. It's not based at all.
Alright. First and foremost, let's address the elephant in the room, the video subjects. Namely, this abomination. Like, my guy, what the fuck is wrong with you? And before you ask, the title and thumbnail are extremely misleading, as nothing like that even comes close to happening, which I guess is good. Like, yeah, I guess it would be worse if he actually portrayed that shit, but Jesus Christ, out of all the things you could clickbait, why that? Also, he literally reused the same edit in the very next video thumbnail. Like, talk about lazy, man. This is just so incredibly insensitive and disrespectful, even more so than pretty much all of his other videos combined. Like, this is the lowest of the low here. Of all the things you can clickbait, again, why clickbait something that's a major source of trauma for a lot of people? The title even includes lesbian love story, where there's literally no woman love woman presentation at all, and the thumbnail is two dudes and a girl. So not only are you disrespecting survivors, you're disrespecting the entire LGBT community, specifically lesbians, who've already had to deal with so much erasure from their own community and fetishization from others. I genuinely did not think this guy could sink any lower, but here we fucking are, folks. Jesus Harold Christ on a stick. He already had a problem with fetishizing our community and our sexualities, and then this bitch turns around and has the audacity to clickbait this stuff and fetishize us at the same time. I'm floored, really. This dude's gonna have to pay for my leg surgery because I cannot stand this absolute harlot of a man. The fact that it's clickbait just adds insult to injury, as it really comes off as him making a complete mockery of a serious subject that ends lives everywhere. And at least if he had to show an actual story, he could have used the defense of, I was trying to bring awareness to the situation, or it was supposed to be educational. Not that those excuses would have even held up in the slightest, but at least he would have excuses to give, you know? This is just plain straight up trivialization of an incredibly serious topic. People's trauma is not something you slap in a thumbnail with chibi anime characters and then not even fucking cover it. Like, this situation is so bad, I literally can't decide which route would have been worse to take. Because on one hand, this is incredibly disrespectful to survivors and shows kids that this subject isn't even serious enough to put in a video, but on the other hand, if he had to put this stuff in a video, it would have been a million times worse because, you know, child audience? I'm sure a lot of you know how many lives a certain subject takes, and it doesn't take a genius to know that this is absolutely not okay on any level, but I am simply in sheer awe at the levels of depravity this guy is sunk into. Like, at first I was willing to give his redemption arc like a chance because I thought he had, you know, I had reason to believe this termination would have scared him into behaving, but this just wipes any kind of goodwill I had towards him and waffle stomps that shit down the drain because I cannot express how angry that makes me. I have never experienced it directly, but I have experienced harassment of the variety several times, and it's not something you clickbait, much less make into a fucking gotcha video. Reiterating my points from one of my earlier videos on the subject, making serious topics into gotcha videos is not something you do. It doesn't matter what your intentions are, because no matter how you try to slice it, taking topics that affect people's lives on a daily basis, and then watering it down into a 10-minute video and presenting it with cutesy anime characters just completely strips it of any weight it might have held. Might I remind you all again, this is Gacha, a kids game, which mainly has children watching. We've already established multiple times that kids actively watch his videos, and he is fully aware of the fact, but he still makes stuff like this. He even commented on my last video, so I know he'll probably watch this one too, so direct message to you, sir. What the fuck is going on with you? Just log the fuck off, please. You've shown you can't change, or at least don't even care enough to. Just get a job at Burger King or something instead of clickbaiting traumatic events for an audience of kids. Damn, goddamn. Speaking of the comment, what was it even supposed to mean? Lost faith in what? I literally said in the video I put out that I believed you could change. And you can't be mad at the community for not liking you, as you're a massive creator who has, played a big part in giving them a bad rap. You could have at least tried to gain their respect back if you changed, but nah. You just kinda did the exact same thing everyone hated you for, and you're still surprised that people still don't like you. Oh, and you know what's worse? He's... That's right, mothers and fuckers of the audience. He's literally taking his old content and re-uploading it to his channel. Shout out to Sloppy on Discord for tipping me off for this, by the way. Kudos to you, but look at this. This video, Her Dirty Secret, uploaded September 3rd of this year, versus My Teacher Does Stuff to Me, uploaded July 25th. It's literally the exact same fucking video. Same thing here with I Found Him at a Party, uploaded April 3rd, versus that one video uploaded August 18th. Same damn thing. It's astounding. The level of laziness this guy exhibits is truly and utterly astonishing. Like, you are using Gacha, a game where literally everything is made of presets and cookie cutters, and the most work you have to do is take screenshots and stitch them together with some royalty-free music in the background. It would have been one thing if the story was actually, like, well written or something, but dude, how much effort does making cookie cutter plotlines with a cookie cutter app take? Like, he's only gotten somehow worse after his termination, and it's beyond me as to why. I mean, I'll go over that in another segment, but for now, I'm simply profoundly stumped as to what this man thinks he's doing out here. I mean, YouTube doesn't have their shit together in the slightest. We saw that when they literally went out of their way to strike motherfucking Markiplier for a 4-year-old video that shouldn't have been taken down in the first place, and then cried on Twitter because either the person they hired was a fucking preschooler, or their bot just ate shit and decided to strike 2 people with millions of subscribers for a dumb reason. But yeah, I guess this schmuck that re-uploads content, clickbaits, and makes sexual content for kids is a-okay. Nice one, boys. We really got our priorities straight here. Also, let's just take a quick look at the intro card for one of his re-uploads, I Found Him at a Party. Disclaimer, my videos are intended for older audiences, 13+ only. Blurred out section. Furthermore, persons under 13 years of age should not watch this video as they are not allowed to have a YouTube account. Thank you. I'm sure you noticed like a good chunk of that was heavily blurred, when what that part says was, although my videos may cover childish media, they do it from an adult analytical perspective. First of all, what the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Your videos are literally some of the furthest things I've seen from an adult analytical perspective, and that still does not excuse the fact that you're making them in children's media with a child audience you again are fully aware of. Second, why is that even blurred in the first place? That's really sketchy to me because, if anything, that's the one part of the disclaimer you want people to see, as it's your idea of an excuse for why you make gacha content centering around adult topics. Is it because you're bullshitting? Because that's the vibe I'm getting from it. Also, how the fuck is this dude sponsored? They tend to pick someone who has decent numbers, good reach, and is relatively not hated by an entire community. The only box Gamers Nation checks is the numbers, as he does have that little tick by his name, and surely Filmora wouldn't actually sponsor someone like this? Like, they either don't give a shit about the content he produces, or they just didn't even check, and I'm leaning towards the didn't check option because any company that's not completely desperate would at least take half a glance at the person's videos before going for a sponsorship. Unless you were completely blind or you were dropped on your head as a baby, it's very, very clear that Gamers Nation is not somebody you want your brand affiliated with. Like, maybe if he actually pulled decent views would be understandable because at least people are seeing it, but my guy's over here peaking at 10k, most of which are from people who actively dislike him. Filmora is a relatively widely used app, so I don't understand why they wouldn't seek out someone that actually gets regularly good views and is not detested by 99% of their community. Hell, just someone that isn't known for clickbaiting the shit out of sensitive subjects. He also has a channel membership where people can basically pay to access special emojis and have a little badge by their name when they comment. But look at these prices, dude. 3 tiers with the highest one being $50 a month, all to get a panda emoji. You do realize that panda emojis already exist, and they're a default thing you can just copy and paste into the comments or your username if you're on a computer, or just use it straight from the keypad if you're on a phone. It's not even worth the lowest tier being $5 a month. Talk about a ripoff. As of the time making this, he has 2 channel members, one for 3 months and one for 7 months. Assuming both of them got the lowest tier, which I sure hope they did, that's $50 in total, or just $10 a month, which isn't a lot, but considering these people are probably kids, it sucks for them because, they likely don't know their money could be spent in far wiser places. Now obviously I can't directly get into the nasty little mind of Gamers Nations because I went out to get groceries yesterday, my hazmat suit's in the wash, but I can take a decent guess as to why he's being so much of a prick. For views and money, it's simple. But even that one isn't doing so well because look at his sub count versus his average number of views. This one pulled in 130k seemingly randomly, but the rest of his videos peak at around 10k. For a guy who's verified with 100,000 subs, those are some pretty weak numbers. It's pretty obvious he's getting desperate as the thumbnails and titles are getting more and more outrageous, but he's still falling off in views. Like, he literally hasn't broken 1k views in a full day with this one. Like, some people say he bots his subs, but I don't think that's the case personally. You see, Gamers Nation wasn't always a gacha channel. He used to make a lot of Movie Star Planet videos, which was a pretty popular thing back then, and likely where he got a majority of his subscribers from. Seeing as the MSP trend is pretty much dead, or really just niche nowadays, it's likely a lot of the people that subbed to his channel back then probably grew out of the trend, forgot about their subscription to him, or just grew out of the accounts they used to subscribe, that's leaving his channel with a bunch of empty subs. If he was botting subs, it would kind of make sense for him to bot views as well, which obviously isn't what's happening here. At this point, it's just kind of sad to see him try and carry on like this. At this point, his only relevance is from him helping sully the name of the gacha community. He's hated by a majority of the people that watch his content. Like, just give it up, man. Unless you can actually turn yourself around and start making respectable videos that take effort, just log off. You're only hurting your own reputation, really. I mean, you've shown your face and voice, and someone could easily recognize you as the guy who desperately clickbaits gacha videos, which obviously won't reflect well on you. My sincere advice to you is, again, just give it up if you don't think you can try and make an effort with your content. Stop reusing old videos, stop clickbaiting, stop making those weird thumbnails, and just properly make content. You're in a unique spot where you have the means to completely start over, but still have a huge number of subscribers to start out with. You could just totally wipe your content and rebrand and start fresh in a completely different field of content, or you could just continue on the path you're already on, but clean your act up. It hurts me so badly as a content creator just to see you try and drag this career out and not only fail miserably, but have people just fucking despise you and actively get most of your views from hate watchers. That's no way to go out, man. Just save your dignity and either quit while you're ahead or just get with the program and start making real videos. It's gonna take a whole lot of effort and a whole lot of explaining to gain the trust of the community back, especially after you basically spat on their faces by making an apology and then just going back and doing the exact same content as you did before, but somehow worse. Deleting your videos would be a really good start for one, and then issuing a real explanation about why you did that and what you plan to do in the situation to better yourself. Explain and apologize, make a plan, get yourself back on track and stick to it. Or just wipe your channel, rebrand, go MIA for a while, and then come back as a completely different person. Which would be a little hard seeing as you already have a custom URL, but I guess it's possible. Or, you know, just retire. The last option is really your best shot at this point, because you made such a fool of yourself that the reputation of being that one gacha guy is gonna follow you around wherever you go unless you manage to hide your tracks really well. If for nobody else but yourself, just cease this clownery.
Hey, Apple!
What?
So that's about it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, sorry for the pause in uploads. I'm going to try and get back on schedule, and I may or may not drop some new merch in the next month or so be sure to look out for that. As of now, I'll try to get back on track when it comes to my uploads again, so thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe because I make plenty more like it. It's free and refundable at any time, so no skin off your back, helps me out, and it's good for everyone involved. Check out my other videos if this one entertained you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.